Hi, it's Nørgaard. So today we're doing the next part of my declutter series. And today we're doing correctors, concealers, cream blush, highlight, and bronzer. And I definitely know that I have things here that I can't get rid of. So this one is probably going to be more of a success than my previous foundation declutter, which was kind of a fail. I only decluttered 3 foundations. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So as always, let's start from the back. So in the back here, I have my correctors. So I have this LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is in the color orange. Do you remember when everyone was using this concealer? Anyway, as you can see, this orange concealer is very dark. It's too dark for my skin tone. So the way I would use it is that I would mix it with a regular skin tone concealer. But honestly, it's just too much effort. I don't use it. This one I'm getting rid of. Then I have this little Insta Conceal and Correct palette by Rimmel. So it has these 3 different colors. This one I'm also getting rid of. It's very hard. The texture is very hard. It's not creamy. It doesn't look very smooth and even. So this one I'm getting rid of. Then I have this Natural Collection corrector stick in the color green. This one is okay. It is a little bit dry, but honestly I just don't use it. If I want to correct my redness, then I will use a redness correcting primer. I don't use correcting concealers. So this one I'm also decluttering. Then we have the Wet n Wild cushion corrector. So this is the one for dark circles. So it's kind of a very light peachy color. So it looks like this. This one I'm also getting rid of. First of all, the color is too light. Like this looks like a skin tone color. There's not enough of a peach color to it. Because to actually do some correcting, even on my light skin, I do need something that's actually peachy in color and not just almost my skin tone. And also this is just so messy with like the cushion and this little lid, and it's really thin. It's almost watery thin. I don't like the consistency. So this one I'm going to also declutter. Then I have the Boring Brightening Concealer by Benefit in the color number 2. So this is like a perfect level of peach for my skin tone. It's dark enough to correct, but it's not too dark. I think they actually discontinued this product, which is wild to me because it's like one of Benefit's best sellers. But this one I really like. I'm definitely going to keep this one. Then let's do cream blush. So first of all, I have this Master Glaze by Maybelline. So it's just a little blush stick. This is a pretty good product, but I just don't really use cream blush. And I'm not really a fan of the stick blush format, because I find that if I swipe it directly on my cheek, it can kind of remove my foundation underneath it. So this one I'm decluttering. Then we have this Natural Collection cream blusher. This is an okay product, but it's just a little too like neutral. I don't find it to show up enough on my skin, and that says a lot because I'm so pale. So this one I'm also decluttering. So next up I have this Stay Blushed liquid blush from Rimmel. Again, this one I feel like it doesn't show up enough. This one is like more transparent. So even though it has color, it's like a little bit, it has some transparency to it. So it just doesn't show up enough, I don't think. So this one I'm decluttering. And then finally I have my e.l.f. cream blush palette. And this one is in the color Bold, and it's so beautiful. It has extremely pigmented shades, as you can see. So I have to use these very sparingly. But this is always my go-to if I want a cream blush. So this one is staying. Okay, so let's do liquid highlights. So first of all, this Revolution liquid highlighter in Unicorn Elixir. I don't like this at all. It's supposed to be like a pearly color with a lot of blue reflex, but I don't like the way this applies on the skin. I think it looks very patchy. So this one I'm definitely getting rid of. I also have this Prismatic Hollow Lighter by Essence. So again, this is the kind of holographic highlighter stick that has some blue reflect to it. This one I also do not like. This stick is way too dry and hard. It does not transfer onto the cheek very easily, and I just don't use it. Also, this kind of holographic thing, I'm over it, and I think everyone else is over it. It's not a trend anymore. and this one I'm definitely decluttering. Next up I have these two e.l.f. shimmering facial whips. These ones are really good. I don't know if e.l.f. still makes these, but these are really great products. They have a lot of shimmer and they look like they look in the tube on the skin. So these ones I'm going to keep. I also have this NARS Orgasm Illuminator. This one is also really pretty. This one I'm definitely also going to keep. Then I have this Night Glow by W7. I believe this is a dupe for the Benefit. I don't know what it's called, but the liquid highlighter from Benefit. This one I do also really like. This one is staying. Then I have the KKW Beauty highlight stick. This is in the color medium. This one I haven't used a whole lot. I definitely want to use it some more. It has like a matte end on one side and a shimmery end on the other. So this one I'm keeping. Then I have the NYX Born to Glow liquid illuminator. Sorry. This one is more of a pink highlight. I don't like this the best, but it's not terrible. I have to use it some more, so I'm going to keep this one. And then I have two Rimmel highlighters. So one is Good to Glow in a pink color, and the other one is Insta Strobing in a gold color. The gold one I like. I'm going to keep this. The pink one, I don't know. I feel like, you know, it kind of reminds me of this NYX one. I feel like I have to use both of them and see which one is better and then get rid of the one I don't like as much. So for now I'm keeping both and I'm going to try them out. Okay, and before we do concealers, I'm just going to do my contours and bronzers. So we have this NYX Wonder Stick in the color light medium. So it has a highlight on one end and a contour color on the other. This one I really like. This one is definitely staying. I also have the same kind of stick highlight and contour from Rimmel. This one I also really like and I'm going to keep this as well. Then we have Wet n Wild's version. This one I'm also going to keep. And then we have this highlight and contour stick by Maybelline. This one I don't like as much because the highlight and the contour is in the same stick, as you can see, so it's just split down the middle. It's not that convenient because then when you go to highlight you might get some of the dark color on your highlighted places and vice versa. So I don't like the format of this stick. It's very messy, but the stick itself is pretty good, so I am also going to keep this one. And then of course I have the KKW medium contour stick. This is really good. This is my favorite. This one I'm definitely also keeping. Then I have this little pot concealer from Freedom Makeup. This one is actually supposed to be in the concealer department over here. I don't know why it's in the bronzer compartment, but anyway, from what I remember, this is not my favorite concealer. It's not the worst concealer ever, but it's definitely not the best. I think I might keep it for now and use it some more and find out what I really think about it. Next up we have this little concealer palette by Essence. This one is not terrible, but it is pretty dry. And the two corrector colors are very like chalky looking. I don't like those. But as you can see, I have used the concealer colors a lot. But I think I'm going to get rid of this one. It's just kind of old and it's not my favorite. Then we have this Essence You Better Work concealer palette. This one is a lot more creamy than the other one. This one I like a lot better. I'm definitely keeping this. I like the color selection. It has some nice dark colors and some nice very light colors. I don't really use the correctors, but I do like the 6 other colors. Then we have the Correct and Contour palette by Technique. As you can see, I have not tried the corrector colors on the top at all, but I do like the bottom concealer shades. I will say about this that you get a very small amount of product of each color. You can see I've already hit major pan on this concealer and I've only used it like I think 3 times, but it is a good product for an inexpensive price, so I'm keeping this. And then I have my W7 concealer palette. This one is also really nice. The concealers are nice and creamy and not chalky. Again, I haven't tried the correctors at the bottom, but I really like the skin tone colors, so this one I'm keeping. And then I have these two cream bronzers. So one is a cushion bronzer from L'Oreal. I actually really like this. It just blends so beautifully on the skin. This one I'm definitely keeping. And this is what the W7 bronzer looks like. So it's supposed to be a dupe for the Chanel bronzer. This one is also really good. It is more dry, but it blends very easily and it looks very nice. So this one I'm also keeping. Okay, and now let's tackle these concealers. So first of all, we have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers. This one is almost empty. I'm just trying to use it up. So I'm keeping this one. I'm also trying to use up this Master Conceal by Maybelline. This is also another good concealer. It is, it's more hydrating than the NARS, and of course it comes in a squeezy tube, which I don't like as much. It's a little more messy to apply, but it is a very nice concealer, and I'm keeping it. And of course I have Tarte Shape Tape. Of course everyone knows about Tarte Shape Tape. It is a good concealer. I think I'm almost out of it, so I'm going to use it up. So I'm definitely keeping it as well. I also have the KKW concealer. This one is a good concealer, but it's not as full coverage as I was expecting it to be. It's more of like a medium coverage, and I really love the packaging. It looks really nice and sleek, but the applicator doesn't really distribute enough product for me. So I will keep it and use it up, but it's not my favorite concealer. And we also have the Infallible Concealer by L'Oreal. This is the same as Tarte Shape Tape. It's also really good, and I'm definitely going to keep this. Then we have the Camouflage Matte Concealer by Essence. It's been a while since I've last used this. So I'll have to use it some more to really, you know, see if I like it or not. So I'm going to keep it for now. This concealer from Essence, Stay All Day, is also one I haven't used a lot. So again, I'll have to use it some more to see how I like it. Then I also have the Essence All About Matte High Covering Concealer. This used to be like my jam back in the day. I think I'm going to keep this for now, but I'll have to definitely try it and see, you know, what I think about it at my current place in life. Then I also have this Lasting Finish Breathable Concealer from Rimmel. This one I'm almost out of. And as you can see, it looks a hot mess. I'm almost done with it. I'm going to try and use it up. This concealer is perfect if you have on a lighter foundation and you don't want the very intense full coverage concealer look. That's when I would use this. It's a very good medium coverage concealer. Then I have the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer. This one I definitely also have to try and see what I think of it. I don't really remember. So this one is staying for now. Then I have another Essence Camouflage Concealer. Again, I have to try it and see what I really think. I don't really remember. Then I also have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is a good concealer. This color is just a little off for me. It's too yellow. But I'm almost out of it, so I'm going to try and use it up. Then I have two LA Colors concealers. As you can see, these are pretty dark, so I would use these with a white concealer. Again, I don't really remember what I think of these, but I think I'm going to try them out, so for now I'm keeping them. Then I also have my Wet n Wild concealer. This one is an okay concealer. It's pretty standard. It's not too matte, not too dewy, kind of medium coverage. This one I'm also going to keep. Then I have Born This Way by Too Faced. This is also a great concealer. I'm definitely keeping this. And then I have my white concealer from Revolution, the Conceal and Correct. But this one I use with concealers that are a bit too dark to brighten them up. Then I have Glamouflage by Hard Candy. This is like a very thick and full coverage concealer. I think I'll try it out today, probably. Because from what I remember, it's just too thick for my liking. So I will try it out today and see how I like it, and if it's too thick and I don't like it, I'm getting rid of it. Next up we have the Hideout concealer from W7. I believe this is supposed to be a dupe for the MAC concealer that comes in kind of a glass bottle with a little pump like this. This is a really good concealer. I'm definitely keeping this. Then I have the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline in the color Neutralizer. This is a really good product. I want to try and use it up. As you can see, I'm like halfway there. And I also have this Bobbi Brown concealer. It's like a little duo of concealer and powder. I am not too big of a fan of the powder. It's like a pressed white powder. It actually looks kind of white on the skin. The concealer is nice though, and I'm going to try and use it up. As you can see, I don't have a lot left. And then finally, I have this little Glamourflash concealer pen, which is perfect for like spot correcting. So this one I'm also going to keep. Okay, so this is how I have decided to arrange my decluttered kind of concealer and liquid blush, bronzer and highlight collection. So I still have my e.l.f. cream blush palette in the back, and I have moved my liquid highlights over in this little compartment. And I just kept my bronzers and contours over here, and then I split up my concealers. So I have my more light or medium coverage concealers over here, and then my more heavy full coverage concealers over here. So hopefully in that way it's going to be a little bit easier for me to find what I'm looking for, because oftentimes I will use a concealer, I will base it on if I want full coverage or more light or medium coverage. So this should hopefully work well for me. And here are all the products that I'm decluttering today. So 10 products all in all. So I'm pretty proud of that. These are products that I don't use, and I really just need to declutter them, so it's really good. So anyway, that is the end of this decluttering video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also click the bell to get post notifications. Oh, that's my hair. Oops, sorry. And yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. So take care and bye bye.